in the building today doing a live stream talking about the Bears' first week of free agency. And Dr. Foreman says, I came here to try to be the guy. We're going to break that all down, talk about it and more right after this.
Now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
All right, we've had an interesting week of free agency. Ryan Poles has gotten to work, bro, and it ain't done. The work ain't done yet. But I want to talk to you guys overall right now. How are you feeling after the first week of free agency for the Chicago Bears?
Man, I would say that I'm just overblowing it, but I feel really good, man. I'm comfortable at where we sit right now. There's more moves to be made, but with all the deals that all the people that he signed in free agency, he just made the Bears more well off. It didn't make them bad. It ain't make them worse. And made the Bears well off for the next season. You got a receiver to help Justin Fields. You pretty much sold up the linebacker core, at least the starting linebacker core. We just got to you got a little piece on the defensive line that's definitely going to contribute. We got a backup for Justin Fields. It looked like, hey man, he did his thing in the first wave of the free agency, man. And I'm looking forward to see what else he brings to the Chicago Bears team.
Fair enough, Bobby. How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling real good, man. The man is making strategic plays. He's not just out here giving people deals that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? He could have paid Roquan, but he said, no, instead of paying Roquan, I'm going to go get 2 solid linebackers to help out my linebacking core for years to come, because these guys is young, but they got years of experience and they very, very talented. He addressed a few positions here and there. He did not overpay for Orlando Brown, so we good. And the man got Justin Fields a backup to where you don't have to really switch up the scheme. And the guy's a competent backup. One of the best plays that DJ Moore had last year came from PJ Walker. So shout out to that. And then another thing that's been coming out, man, is all these players saying, hell yeah, I want to play with Justin Fields. So guess what, Shady McCoy? Shut your dumb ass up.
Oh, bro. Yes.
Yeah, I love that, bro. What I will say is this, man. As far as the linebacker core, just a little interesting tidbit. Our whole entire projected starting linebacker core is only making $4 million more than Roquan Smith.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
Wow. Yes,
that's crazy.
Ryan.
So, like, when I understand, you know, there's some Bears fans that are still pessimistic about the Chicago Bears team, but like we've been telling you guys, everything ain't gonna get solved this offseason. We definitely need one thing that we can't walk away is not making drastic improvements on the offensive line. We made one signing there. We got more to come, hopefully in the draft or whatever else happens. But the revamped linebacking core, I love it. You know what I love it more with? When you actually, because I've been kind of looking at the linebacker core as just a linebacking core. But when you look at that added to the secondary we've already had in the skill set of that secondary, bro, this is going to be it's going to get into the second part of our defense, bro. That's it. People finna get hit. They finna get hit hard, and we're gonna have a lot of people who attack the football. Getting yards after the catch against the Chicago Bears is about to be hard next season.
Oh, bro, good point.
Because Tremaine Edmonds ranked number 1 in coverage as a linebacker.
Yes.
Now you got that already added to a defensive backfield that helped the Bears be top 10 in pass coverage. Come on, bro. It's going up. Let's go.
And I would say Tremaine Edmonds got Roquan Smith, he's a good player. He makes a ton of tackles, but when it comes to splash plays, like making fumbles and tackles for loss, Tremaine Edmonds is clearing him in that aspect. I just want to talk about it under the radar. This is everybody excited for DJ Moore. I think Nate Davis might be the best acquisition that we got. A lot of people saying that this guy was the best guard in football last year. I think that guy is going to come in and help that offensive line so tremendously. He's going to be off the radar, one of the best additions to this team.
For sure. Fair enough. I'm going to take it. His Haize froze. Yep.
He froze again.
Froze
on.
But hey, it could be one of the best ones. But I'm gonna put the Nate Davis signing up there. If we going with the ones, I'm gonna say DJ Moore first, Tremaine Edmonds, and then Nate Davis. If we was gonna rate him anywhere, at least that's how I'm viewing it. Because DJ Moore, because we seen what happened when you can get a young quarterback a solid number 1. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think if we was gonna rank them, I'll go DJ Moore, Tremaine Edmonds, and then Nate Davis if we was gonna rate him on that.
Did you rank in the free agent acquisitions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Where you rating TJ Edwards in that?
I like what he brings to the game. I would still put him after Nate Davis though.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Now, Tremaine Edmonds has already talked about wanting to uphold the legacy of Chicago Bears linebackers, man. Listen, one thing you got to understand when you come to the Chicago Bears, the tradition of the linebacking core that we have here. And do you think that, I know right now he hasn't played a single game. When it's all said and done, do we look at Tremaine Edmonds as another great Chicago Bears linebacker?
Oh man, he definitely has the talent to do so and the ability. This guy is a freak. First of all, he's gigantic at 6'5", 250 pounds, can run like a fucking stallion. Dude, this dude has the opportunity, but don't you dare overlook my guy Jack Sanborn. Don't y'all do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you.
You know, it would be if Jack Sanborn still ends up with the linebackers that we added, he still ends up wowing and shining as a linebacker. That just shows what Ryan Poles and the depth he goes into in free agency. Like, that's crazy. But I love it right now. Another thing that came out after this is Donta Foreman came out and said, I came here to try to be the guy. I put on a poll up on Chicago Bears Central on the YouTube, and I asked the Bears fans who they think being the running back one. Khalil Herbert or Donta Foreman. The vote was almost overwhelmingly Khalil Herbert. I said, Mac, Khalil Herbert. But how you guys feeling about Donta Foreman and him saying he came here to be the guy?
I want to hear nephew before I go.
I think it's going for me, first and foremost, what else the fuck you supposed to say? Because if I'm coming in, I'm a competitor. You know what I'm saying? When we do NBA Central, come on here, do all our shows, I'm trying to debate the best. And I know y'all feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? So when you come into that locker room, you're going to say, look, I know Khalil Herbert good, but I'm still trying to be the man. What you mean?
Facts.
And Khalil Herbert should go ahead and take that in, and you use that to make yourself better, but also push him to be better. I think the competition is simply just going to come down who can, because we know both of them can run. We know now what's going to come down to it for me is if Khalil Herbert can get better in pass blocking and get better in the pass game. That's what it's going to come down to for me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I wanted to hear you say that first. They say the deficiency of Khalil Herbert, or one of his weaknesses, is the pass protection. Mm-hmm. But when running, you know, he's on top of his game. I think he was a little bit better than David Montgomery last year. I would say I get a nod to Khalil Herbert if it was a competition. I like what Mr. Foreman said. You got to have that confidence, just like nephew said. Hey, man, I'm coming to be the best that I can be to contribute to this team. And if that's being the number one running back, that's what it is. But if I was to make my choice, I would give it to Khalil Herbert. Let's see if he can improve. He's still a young guy. He's still got stuff to learn. So what if he improve in that pass protection?
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, Khalil Herbert is still young too. He can develop. Now, I will say I don't think I've seen much from him to have too high hopes on him developing as a pass blocker. But where the things has happened, this is professional sports. You never know how players are going to turn out and what they're going to add and be able to develop in their game. But one of the things for me, and just Donta Foreman comes in, and regardless of who starts, who, whatever, it does. Like at this point, it doesn't matter. They both about to get a lot of attempts. They about to get a lot of carries.
That's true.
And I look at Foreman and what he's able to do, and how it's going to complement the not only Khalil Herbert, but also Justin Fields. And then when you look at also incorporating DJ Moore and Chase Claypool in the running game as well, we've already seen Lou Getsy incorporate Claypool in the running game. I'm just saying this. We need some work to do on the offensive line. Do not get me wrong on that. But when you talk about not necessarily positionless football, we see some positionless players, but we about to be able to throw a lot of looks. If Lou Getsy don't get creative this season, I'm gonna have tons of questions, but we can get real creative with how we use our offense. And you know what? I was going to ask you guys the next question that I was going to bring up was, who do you think is the most underrated signing? And I'm going to start it off. Robert Tonyan.
Okay.
Be prepared for him to be an X factor for the Chicago Bears. I'm looking at what he does and how he's maximized on his opportunities, not a lot of them, and coming in as the second tight end. Don't be surprised if we literally see him get about 8 touchdowns this season.
Oh, I like that 8 touchdowns, bro. I'm gonna go again with Nate Davis.
Okay, I like that.
Last year, that defensive tackles was all in Justin Fields' face on basically every third down. Nate Davis got that. They're talking about Nate Davis might have been the best guard last year in football. Let's see what less pressure from that side of the offensive line is going to do for Justin Fields. I just think this is going to be really big for the Chicago Bears. Is Nate Davis?
I'm gonna go with those two good picks. Haize, I'm gonna side with you on this with Tanya, because me personally, I was just viewing it like because I know Ryan Griffin, he wasn't it, and I can't even remember the other tight end. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to free agency, they had Mike Gesicki out there who was with the Dolphins. I thought he was really good, but he sucked at
blocking.
Pass blocking, exactly. And then you go and get Robert Tanya, who literally had limited snaps and was still to have an impact within the game. Yeah. And I think that now you got to worry about the white rhino on the other end. And if you run a 2 tight end set like how the Patriots used to do it with Aaron Hernandez and Gronk, not saying that those two guys could be like that, but that combination of a 2 tight end set was deadly, especially off play action. For Tom
now
Brady.
Now, did you just say Aaron Hernandez and Deadly in the same sentence? We should do a little bit better than that, brother. Like that was a hell of a bar.
Clean it up for me.
That's a hell of a bar.
Clean it up,
my boy dropped a double entendre all unexpectedly, like it was nothing. Like,
rest in peace, that man.
Yeah, that's wild. All right, so talking about that offensive line, though. So right now, our projected starting offensive line with what Ryan Poles has said: Braxton Jones at left tackle, Cody Whitehair left guard, Lucas Patrick center, Nate Davis right guard, Tevin Jenkins right tackle. You could flip Cody Whitehair and Lucas Patrick. Now, we've been saying for a long time, a lot of Bears fans saying as well, we need to do some work in the offensive line. Just the fact that Sam Mustipher's name was not just announcing what I said is a benefit in the line improving. Oh, but how do you guys feel about this line right now? How big of a acquisition do you think the Bears need to still go out after, either be it in draft or free agency, to add to this offensive line?
I would say it's starting to look good, starting to look promising, but it still needs some work done. I want a couple young kids to get in here and learn, some very good kids, because you can get them in the fourth round and up. You know what I'm saying? You get some kids that can get in there and probably play well for the Chicago Bears. But I'm going to say good. It's getting better, but we still ain't finished building. So it's incomplete.
I agree with that. Me personally, y'all know I'm high on John Michael Schmitz. I believe I don't want to see Lucas Patrick and Cody Whitehair at the center. And I also feel like you can go after another right tackle. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Tevin Jenkins is good on the inside, so let him take left guard. You get Nate Davis on the right guard. You go get you a young right tackle, whether that's Paris Johnson or whatever, and then you get you a young center. Now we got that combination we've been looking for. You got a young vet in Braxton Jones, some older vets at the guard, at the right guard, young, and then you got some rookies. Let these guys all grow with Justin Fields so we can run this thing for years to come.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I think we're gonna get an offensive lineman in the draft. I look at Lucas Patrick and Cody Whitehair, and I look at them both, and I say, like, as veteran pieces on this team to help come in, bring some competition, I don't necessarily mind them, but I do think ultimately one of them are going to be gone, because I do think we're going to go offensive lineman in the draft. So if you had to pick between Lucas Patrick, who just could not stay healthy last year with that hand, I'm sure his wife did not appreciate that. But with that being said, if you had to pick between Lucas Patrick and Cody Whitehair to keep on this team, who you pick?
Oh, that's tough.
Keep Whitehair.
You keep Whitehair?
I just keep Whitehair.
Now, I mean, money not included. Like, Whitehair was a Pro Bowler as a center. Mm-hmm. This was 4 years ago. So he probably, and Lucas Patrick, like, the fact that, like, you came back from injury and got hurt. What did he play? 4 snaps before he got hurt after he came back from injury?
Mad as hell.
That's crazy.
Mad as hell.
Like, yeah. So I don't want to bet on that. And I look at, like, the depth that you can go after. Now, speaking of, we just got a deal announced. Laramie Tunsil was signed a contract extension for 3 years, $75 million with the Texans.
Good for them, bro.
Good for them.
$30 million signing bonus.
Damn.
50 million fully guaranteed.
Damn, 30 on the signing bonus?
Yeah, they giving
That's
these offensive linemen that bad.
Damn.
Offensive linemen getting paid this offseason. And Ryan Poles looked at that and said, hey, don't worry about it.
Don't pay no attention to that shit.
Hey, I was wondering if you would be interested in coming to the Chicago. You said they offer you? Oh, yeah, bro. Just stay over.
That's stay on it.
Don't even worry about it.
We ain't got to waste your time.
I wouldn't even do you like that.
Congratulations.
So when you look at like this team, the improvements that they made, still got a lot of work to do. Draft coming up, second wave of free agency. Do you see the Bears being active in the second wave of free agency? Do you think maybe some minor deals, or do you think that Ryan Poles maybe has made the majority of his big moves in free agency? He's going to wait till the draft and maybe fill in some veterans that are around at that point after that. How you guys feel?
Oh, I definitely think we got the bulk of of our major additions early in the NFL free agency. I think if any move's going to come, it's going to be very minor. I think most of the next moves is going to come in the draft. It'd be that trading or just obviously drafting the players. But I think we got pretty much the lion's share in the early part of the NFL free agency. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with that. I don't think much gonna happen within I think it's just gonna be just some depth pieces here and there. And I'm kind of wondering what's going on. Is the Bears in talks with Yannick, what's his name, Ngwake? Yeah,
it seems like that
market,
maybe. I've read some things that he could be, and I'll tell you what. If he brings him in, I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah, because I still feel like if the Bears gonna go with the rookie edge, I still feel like on the opposite end it should be like a veteran at least, and not a Alquan Muhammad type either. So we need to go ahead and see what's to it, man.
Oh, you think they're going rookie edge? So if Jalen Carter don't fall down there, you think it's I think
they eventually gonna get it probably in the later rounds. Me, honestly, I'm leaning that the first pick, the number 9, is gonna be offensive lineman. That's how I'm looking. That I'm leaning more towards that. Like, we know anything can happen, but I feel like that's especially like Haize, you did the daily, you talked about like some of the displeasure and all the stuff that came out about Jalen Carter and coming in overweight, not having the motor, showing, but some people might be like, bro, he was going through some legal troubles, his mind wasn't right. We're gonna give another shot. That's why the Bears invited him in for a visit. So we don't know what those conversations was like, but you know what I'm saying? Like Haize said, that was his job interview, and he kind of blew it. So
yeah, but this narrative on Jalen Carter, bro, he's a young guy. We talked about this before, man. He's a young guy. He made a mistake. When they want to say that he doesn't have a high motor, but I would go, and I'm sure it wouldn't be any contest that he was the best player on Georgia's national championship team last year. He was the best player. So
there are definitely some people that will argue.
It's some people that argue.
There's some people that will absolutely argue.
Yeah, I think he was the best player, bro. Jalen Carter.
That's fair, but to be fair and to be on both sides, it's not like the motor concern just popped. Like, motor concern has been probably his biggest concern since high school.
Yes,
is his motor and drive to play football. So again, if he falls to the Bears at 9, considering he's still rated as a potential generational talent, I just don't know, man. The one thing that I'd be completely worried about is that you go with him, and then a player goes below him that maybe doesn't have as high as a ceiling, but has a higher floor and just has that motor and just goes and maximizes on their potential. But still, you gotta, as a GM and running a front office, you kind of have to weigh your options there, because if he does hit, and if you can bring him into your system, if he buys into the culture that we're building here, Matt Eberflus guides him and things like that, maybe those motor and those drive concerns goes away.
I'm with you on that, because it's still a tough decision. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know that the draft is pretty much banking on people. Because sometimes you will be like, man, this guy got talent. Then that guy sometimes just won't pan out. But you never know. This man could fall past 9, and then he feel like he was, spited or, slighted or whatever, and come out and dominate. So you never know.
Yeah. He does have the ability. My goodness, he carries human beings and dances and celebrates.
Bro, he's definitely one of those people that you can see walking around carrying a damn refrigerator.
Yes, yes.
I'm like, hey man, you need me to move the refrigerator? Don't even worry about it. I got you. You don't need a dolly? No, I got you. Don't worry about it.
That's that Samoa lifestyle, boy.
Superhuman, bro.
Now, one of the signings that we had is DeMarcus Walker. And I know we were talking about edge, bringing in another player. Yannick could possibly be there now. DeMarcus Walker is a defensive lineman. He's played on the edge. He's played defensive tackle. With what we have, it's kind of hard because we know we're probably going to go after the defensive lineman in the draft. Do you think he's going to play edge? Do you think he's going to play tackle? Where do you think he's going to line up for the Bears, at least initially?
I think he'll line up on the edge initially. Okay. I think I'm still in the thought that they're going to get some big guys in the middle to run the defensive tackle. So I think he'd be mostly playing on the edge and also tutoring the young guys, especially probably a young player we get on the edge. He's going to be like the veteran leader of that squad. Me
personally, I see him a better fit in the inside because his bull rush is strong. Yeah, that bull rush and when he was with the Titans, they ran a lot of stunts with him on the inside, and he was very successful in getting pressure and all that stuff. I think he'd be a better fit going inside. I do like the versatility though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And we need it. I mean, when you look at what the Bears currently have right now, Justin Jones, we know he's going to be on the inside. You still got Travis Gibson, Dominique Robinson. Having Walker there and his versatility to play on the inside, on outside on the defensive line, it kind of frees you up on what you need to do in the draft, right? Because if you do end up getting a great edge, you're cool. Right. You move him on the inside. You end up getting a someone on the inside, boom, you move him to edge. He can really line up in either spot, and not just in fact of being able to line up in either spot. He can play both effectively. That's the difference. There's a lot of people who can play a lot of positions, but aren't necessarily equally effective in the positions they play. He's going to be like Walker's going to get to the quarterback, period. Okay. He's going to get to the quarterback. Right. He's going to put pressures on the quarterback. No matter where you put him up at, he has the nice combination of speed and strength where you don't have to worry about him. And I love having pieces like that on any team where you don't have to worry about him. And that's what he's going to bring to this team.
Oh, bro. When you think about the stars we got on this team, or possible stars, you could Brisker, look at Kyler Gordon, showed sparks, Eddie Jackson. I heard somebody say that Eddie Jackson wasn't having he was having a Pro Bowl year before he got injured last year. So Eddie Jackson, you got Jalen Johnson, which I'm not high on too much. Y'all know this since all last season. And then talk about the linebackers, all three of them. We got some stars, dude. It's just that first level now. Let's get it. Let's get some stars on that first level.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Ryan Poles addresses these trenches, man. We gonna be talking about when we get win-loss prediction. Go ahead,
I'm just saying, like, I know it's too early, but this season is gonna be very, very interesting, especially with my man that be on drugs in Green Bay leaving. It's busting, y'all.
I'm glad you said
it's busting, y'all. Yeah, I still got the Detroit Lions to be feared. You know what I'm saying? But the Bears, as long as they're in the conversation or in the hunt in November, to me, that's a win.
Bro, I'm glad you said that, nephew. Because this weekend I was getting drunk with a lot of Green Bay diehard fans. and they was
is this your king?
Yes.
Is this your king? Fresh off of message right here. Keep it going, bro.
And they was definitely, they are heartbroken. And you know what they trying to do? He asked me, who you think going to the Super Bowl? I said, Kansas City, and I don't know in the NFC. He said, man, the Chicago Bears. I'm like, don't even try it. Don't you even try it. Don't try to reel me in right now. Joe, they are so down right now. It was my best night yesterday. I had the greatest time of my life.
This man.
The greatest time.
You, bro.
The fact that you were drinking with cheese has I got confirmed.
Bro.
But I'm gonna let you live right now. Swifty in the building. Swift Sports Network in this mug says, "Love it. Time to take the North." We got to, bro.
Yeah,
got to take.
Got to take the North.
Got to take.
Hey, man,
it's looking bright. That's all I'm gonna say. I gotta remain even keel. Can't be too thirsty. But once it's time to play football for week 1, it's time to play football.
And all we had a pretty fun season, winning 3 games.
Bro.
Like that's just. But now imagine what this is about to be like if we win in games.
Oh my goodness, bro! What?
Hey,
they about to be sick of.
Hey,
bro, what?
We just gotta make sure everybody ain't drunk at the same time.
I don't think we need to do that.
Y'all know I'm
all
good.
be drunk.
I was good for one
Bear
of the
60
games.
says, Haize, my dad is a Packers fan. I gotta live with Cheeseheads. You need to move out. You need to move out immediately.
That's tough, Smear.
I couldn't imagine if me and my dad had teams. Our favorite teams were rivals. I would have poisoned him.
He talking about he the poison. What, bro?
That's crazy.
Them motherfuckers crazy. They were like, bro, you got Jalen Hurts, then you got Justin Fields. I was like, damn, y'all need to call. They was just trying to pump my head up. It was so funny and sorry.
They were trying to get you into a sense of false security.
Yeah.
They were about to take. They about to kidnap you and hang you up the rainbow, bro. I'm glad you got up out of there, fam.
Be careful, guys.
I don't trust no cheeseheads, bro. Like I look at people different. There are a couple of fans that I look at different. Cowboys fans, Packers fans, and freaking New York Knicks fans. I look at y'all different. Just different.
For real though, you got to.
You tell me you a Knicks fan, I'm not drinking with you unless I pour the drink. I don't care.
Hell no, you ain't finna spike my man drink. Fuck wrong with y'all.
Oh, the real.
Oh man, y'all got anything left though before we get up out of here, fam?
Hey man, I'm just looking for. I am so excited about this upcoming season, bro. Y'all stay in tune, man. Chicago Bears Central going straight to the moon, and it's all because of y'all, man. We appreciate all the love y'all been giving us so far, bro. For sure.
Absolutely,
bro. Definitely appreciate all y'all, man. My final thoughts is, hey, we still got some time, man. We in March. We don't play until September.
Bro, we still got a month before the draft.
Yes.
Like, sorry as hell.
This is crazy, man.
But hey, it's busted. So thank y'all, man. Keep tuning in. It's gonna be a fun off season, but even more litter. It's gonna be litty like a titty in September.
Oh, can you say titty?
Listen, I ain't saying F no other challenge, but all I know is that they stole our nickname for the White Rhino. I don't appreciate that. I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Bro.
Bro, the Bears just made Cario Santos the highest paid kicker in the league.
What?
I'm just fucking with you, bro. Wait, did he get froze like that?
What the fuck? What? You just gave me a light heart attack, bro. What the fuck?
That's funny.
Is he still on the team, bro?
Yeah,
I don't
he on the
know,
team.
bro, but
he about to wear number 8.
That's crazy.
He gave his number 2.
That's funny. Bro, like, see, that was about to take off that. He was about to rip that Bears shirt, bro. He was about to be pissed,
bro. Ryan Pose, bro. Come on now. Look at this man, bro. His job is to kick the ball, Joe. He can't even kick the damn ball.
Why do you hate that man so much, bro? Why do you hate Cario Santos so much?
How many extra points he missed last season, bro? How many games he costed us last season, bro? How many times he kicked the ball out of bounds last season and gave the other team critical field position to take a game from us? He is a sorry ass kicker. He's not an athlete. Get his ass off the field. Man,
he had a good first season. Last year was a downfall, man.
man, Joe, you gotta. Man.
I love how I know how to trigger C-Dub, bro. That was hilarious, bro. It's been good vibes the whole stream. He was literally ready to say he was done with it, bro. But we love you guys so much, man. Make sure y'all support the guys over at Shy Bulls Podcast with the Cognac Boys. You can support me as well over at Chicago Bulls Central, but you can follow this show and us collectively at Shy Bear Central on every social media platform. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave us any text messages and our voicemails for a mailbag episode, y'all showed the hell out last week on the mailbag episode. Appreciate you guys for that one. The number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We out this mug. Peace, y'all.